Hello everybody, it's Mystic, and welcome back to my library. This is another episode of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. We are still here in Ultima Thule, and last episode was absolutely rough. It's actually been a few days since I've recorded. I not only needed that break, but it was also the weekend, so it gave me a chance to kind of absorb everything that happened. I'm still not okay. I still don't know what happened to everybody. I'm really hoping that we can save them. Yes, Thule told us that there is a way, but she told us not to use it. I personally, me as the player, I don't want to honor that because I don't want them to sacrifice themselves for this. I know that that's maybe a little selfish, but you know, like, I mean, they've been with us since the beginning of the game, and I'm not okay with just letting them die. You know, so I don't know. I'm hoping that we can rescue them. I mean, maybe that's why Heidelin gave us the crystal in the first place. I don't really know, but yeah, so let's see what happens next. Also, I forgot to check this. Astromagnetic storm is the name of the weather phenomenon happening here, which, by the way, it's really pretty even though I hate this place. All right, let's get started. Victory something lost. Are you ready to continue on? No? Then let us make for where that light shone. Y'shtola and Urianger have opened the way for us. Yes, I can feel it, the ether emanating from the arcane platform. This is a portal and no mistake. Let us see where it leads. What? Hold on. Okay, so I'm not super familiar with the Omega raids. I watched a video on them, but I did not have time to play Omega in its entirety before Endwalker released. And, you know, prior to this year, I really wasn't playing Final Fantasy XIV all that often. I was really just playing it for the main story. So I didn't really do a whole lot with, like, the raids and things until recently, and I did not do Omega at all. I started it, but I didn't finish it. I watched a video on it. These... Ooh, I hit the microphone. Sorry about that. These things, the level tricker... They are what Omega, I believe, was. It was like a hopping around TV screen. So this is interesting. Could they be the machines that the dragons were talking about? Okay, you sense a hostile presence. Here they are. Amazing. Yet another civilization. Attacked as soon as you arrived. Not the most welcoming of places. We must try to find denizens who are amenable to conversation. We should also get the lay of the land and see how far we can go. I'll help Alphina with that. In the meantime, you and Graha can search for friendlier folk. Apart from hostile beings, take care with your footing. I mislike the look of this terrain. Not knowing what the locals are like, you'd best take care of yourselves. We'll find you once we finish exploring. Once I finish Endwalker, like I said, I watched a video on it, but it's not the same as doing the real fights. I'm gonna find time to do Omega and finish Alexander, because I never finished Alexander. I have to do Omega, and I have to finish Eden. I got to, like, the second to last trial in Eden, but I didn't go all the way, again, because I ran out of time. Eden was really the first raid that I actually did after the story, and I didn't have enough time. Like I said, I only just finished Shadowbringers a few weeks before Endwalker came out, so... I'm quite a bit behind in this game. I expect the twins will seek the outmost bounds of the Isle, so I propose we search the essential area. There are machines patrolling here and there, sentinels in all likelihood. Like those you encounter, they will certainly attack all who venture too close. So let us avoid them and look for others that appear more approachable. You see naught but patrolling machines in the area. They do not seem inclined to non-violent intercourse. Okay, looks like we got a fight again. Look, Celeste, the machines here do not appear hostile. Let's see if we can communicate with them. Begging your pardon, but we are searching for denizens of this star. Bzzzt. Unknown life form detected. Assigning generic label, interplanetary travelers. Greetings and welcome to the planet. Bleep bloop. The planet? What? Could you please repeat that? It appears your hearing organ is unable to process the name of our tongue. It may be translated into yours as Alphatron. Our people, meanwhile, are called Omicrons, and you stand within one of our outposts. The Omicrons, you say? And what is it you do here? We are preparing for war. I think these are the ones that attack the dragons. As we presently do not have a designated target, you have nothing to fear. Should your star become designated, however, you will be taken into custody and or terminated. So wait, are these like Mass Effect Reapers? Because it's starting to sound a lot like these are Mass Effect Reapers. Is that what Omega was? Was he technically a Mass Effect Reaper? Not, I know it's not the same thing, it's a different game, but like that's very similar to what the Reapers were. Not a little frightening, these Omicrons, but at least they seem forthright. I will see what else I can learn from this fellow if you could try speaking with the others. Bzzzt. Greetings, traveler. When venturing outside the outpost, beware malfunctioning units. They do not heed Sir's commands and indiscriminately attack all non-Omicrons. For the avoidance of confusion, be advised that Sir is the alias of Stigma 1. Sir issues instructions to our forces as the foremost of the 6 strategic matrices that bear the designation Stigma. Bzzzt. Measuring combat capability. Result negligible. Subject falls outside targeting parameters. They seriously are Reapers. Reapers had a very specific set of like requirements for planets that they were going to reap. This is what this sounds like. This is cool. Greetings, traveler. We are the Omicrons, and our objective is self-enhancement. In order to achieve this, we venture forth in conquest to acquire combat data and resources. They are the ones that destroyed the dragons. Most recently, we succeeded in subjugating the home world of the beings whose strength was said to be without parallel, the dragons. Yep, there it is. Yet though the endeavor yielded a wealth of combat data, the star was rendered barren and unable to yield resources. A subsequent costing determined that the losses incurred exceeded the gains. I'm sorry if the bot voice sounds terrible. Blip bloop. Autonomous weapon deployment complete. Vanguard armament upgrade complete. Munition levels satisfactory. Combat readiness assessment nominal. Awaiting instructions from Sir. Maintaining state of combat readiness. You learned a few things. So did I. Ere we share our findings, however, I believe it best to step outside the outpost. Come with me. Ah, there you are. We finished surveying the area. This will come as no surprise, but there is no way forward. They were portals like the ones we used to get here, but that only sent us to isolated isles. Then as before, we must locate the embodiment of the emotion that bars the way. What of yourselves? Did you find anyone to speak with? Yeah. They are the ones that caused the dragon issue. So the Omicrons seek to advance themselves through conquest. Following the victory over the dragons, they stand ready for the next campaign, but their leader has yet to issue new commands, and so they wait. In such a place, who could it be that fits Urianje's description? A soul whose yearning is for oblivion surpasses all others. It might be Sir. Urianje said this. Oh yeah, he told us about it. During our investigation before we joined you in Elegia. So that's the way of it. Why couldn't he just say it to all of us? Given what we know of this place, it's certainly a curious state of affairs. While the dragons and the EF longed for death, the Omicrons long for conflict. As much as that may lead to destruction, it must be considered a distinct desire. I think it's Sir. We have to find Sir. In order to find the source of the dominant emotion, I believe we should seek out their leader, this Sir. According to M032, the first Omicron with whom we spoke, there is a console by which we might communicate with it. Then I think we should go do that. M032 also added that it would be a pointless exercise, but that in itself, I believe, is worth investigating. What say you? I say yes. Something... no bounds? So the console we seek lies on the far side of this aisle. Given the nature of the ground, the route may not be entirely distinct as it seems. Let us all watch our step as we make our way. This appears to be the console, but it seems unresponsive. Would you care to take a look at it? You tried touching, smacking, and attuning with the console, but there is no response. No luck, I see. There must be a way to activate it. There must...
Well, I'm out of ideas.
As am I. Operating such consoles is trying enough. But if we can't even activate it...
Perhaps there is a way.
Oh?
First, consider the world that has been recreated here. Its inhabitants were machines who gathered combat data to enhance themselves. And among the many wars they waged, the most notable was that against the dragons.
Right.
The significance of these details may be lost on you now, but they lead me to believe this was the home world of Omega. According to the records I read in the future, it possessed a single weakness: lightning.
Oh.
That's all well and good, but what does that... Wait. You're not thinking to strike the console with lightning, are you?
As a matter of fact, I am. Ask yourselves this. Why would an entity as puissant as Omega not be designed to suppress the effects of lightning?
Because it relies upon it, or something akin to it, as a source of energy.
My thoughts exactly. And there is a good chance the same is true of the Omicrons and their devices. So, shall I cast caution to the wind and try something reckless and dramatic?
I mean, you know what? Why the heck not at this point? You might as well. Have at it, I guess.
Very well. Here I go.
Good luck. Don't get hurt. We only have a few of you left and I can't deal with this anymore. I think that did something.
It worked!
Yeah. Wake up. GLaDOS?
Communications Module 1. Connection established. Transmission. Strategic Matrix Signal 1 now online. As a primary strategic matrix, you may address me as Sir. Checking for new communications. None found. All units, please maintain current state. End transmission.
No. Sir.
Wait! We have questions for you.
We did not just turn you on for
Of
that.
late, no mission orders have been issued. Why not? Has there been some manner of trouble?
Reply. The Extended Operations Unit is yet to determine guidelines for future assignments. All strategies are calculated, devised, and actioned in accordance with said guidelines. In the interim, all citizens are directed to maintain a state of combat readiness. End reply. Awaiting query.
Can you tell us why the Extended Operations Unit hasn't yet determined the guidelines?
Unable to comply. Information unavailable or access restricted.
In that case, is it possible for us to communicate directly with the unit?
Access denied. Unable to establish connection.
Huh.
Is there anything you can tell us? Have there been any abnormalities, like a threat to the star or widespread unrest?
Reply. Negative. All citizens continue to operate at maximum efficiency. If your operations are suboptimal, please proceed to a maintenance facility for evaluation. Otherwise, stand by at your designated post. End reply.
I guess we're going to a maintenance facility then.
End transmission. Closing connection.
This thing really doesn't want to talk to us.
I could activate it again, but I doubt it would be productive. What do you think?
I think we need to go to that repair
If
facility.
all the Omicrons really were running as efficiently as it claimed, then I doubt they were hoping for life here to end. As this Sir told us, there just haven't been any new instructions, and everyone is standing by.
Should be standing by at any rate. If there are those that are neglecting their duties, perhaps we can glean a clue from them. I propose we take another look around, and also try to find the operations unit.
Let us focus our search on the outpost. Alize and I will try speaking with the Omicrons this time in the hopes we might learn something new. Meanwhile, perhaps you and Graha could observe them from a distance. These beings are systematic and routine by nature. If there are any that aren't, it shouldn't be too difficult to spot them. If there are no questions, then let us begin at once. As we came this way, I believe I spied a promising vantage point. Follow me. Search for any that are not. What are you doing? This one's whizzing around. Oh, it's so fast. How am I supposed to... Dude, slow down! Where'd they go? Robot person? How am I supposed to? Oh my god, it's so fast. Are you kidding? I know it's this one that has the zoomies, but how am I supposed to get it? Wait. The Omicron wanders about ceaselessly as if it lacking clear objective. I got it! I got it! An Omicron wandering aimlessly. Where? Yep, there it is. Ah, I see it. It's left the base. Let's follow it. It's not here, but it definitely came this way. It must have used the portal. Time to go and see what we find. Oh, are we going in? Okay. Bizzed, what is your query? Ah, you found it. What are you doing here? I am looking at the tree. Why? Quite an unusual specimen. What is the device attached to it? The tree is a sample collected from another star. As it cannot survive in our environment, however, it requires life support. That is the function of the device. To go to such lengths to sustain it, is there something special about this tree? Being foreign matter, protocol requires that we study it. As this task has been completed, the specimen may be discarded. However, when I behold the tree, I am made to feel as though there is a problem. In order to become strong, we have continued to enhance ourselves. Like we did countless others, we conquered the star whence this tree came. It is the last remnant of a dead world, and there is nothing towards which it may aspire, yet it grows, it extends its branches, sprouts leaves, produces seeds. M017 kind of sounds like Wally. Why does it seek to continue? Why was it made to behave in such a way, and to what end? I do not understand. I see. Out of curiosity, does this pertain to your duty? No, it does not. My apologies. I shall return to my designated post and assume a state of combat readiness. So it was acting outside of orders. Perhaps it is simply a malfunctioning Omicron. These are by no means uncommon. But it also may be a unit possessed of the ability to make decisions, one not unlike Sir. I believe this bears further investigation. To endeavor to live, even if we must depend on forces beyond our control. To me, Celeste, tell me, Celeste, one day when this adventure becomes a part of your epic, do you think I will be met? What? Graha! You're like the best friend. Of course you will. Of course, why wouldn't you be? You truly think so? That would be a... Nay, I shouldn't say such things until the moment comes to pass. Never mind the embarrassment. He's gonna be next, isn't he? Well, we had best get on with our task. Tracking down Sir and understanding the nature of the emotion which bars our way. I don't want to lose him. Like, I mean, I didn't want to lose anyone, but Graha's gonna be the hardest because he's my favorite. He is absolutely gonna be the hardest. Hello, world. We should return to the outpost for now. Also, that one didn't have any strange symbols. Why? We should return to the outpost for now. The others will wish to hear about the errant Omicron. Didn't it? I gotta take a look. It absolutely does not have any weird symbols. Why? Why did everything else have weird symbols, but this particular quest doesn't? Graha says you found a suspicious Omicron. That's good, because the units here were of no help. They all had the same thing to say about the extended operations unit, that there's no way to arrange a direct meeting. Still, that served to prove that it's business as usual at the outpost. But enough about us. Tell me you learned something more useful. Well, there was this robot looking at a tree, an Omicron trying to make sense of the meaning of life. None of the others were even a fraction as philosophical. This unit may well be in a position of leadership, perhaps even one of those that comprise Sir. As we know, the Omicrons invade other stars and enhance themselves using the spoils of conquest. With the technology at their disposal, they should be able to alter their bodies, be it in part or in whole. Setting aside the question of motive, if Sir, for example, wished to have an ordinary Omicron's body, I see no reason why it would not be possible. The problem is how to go about ascertaining if that's what happened. When I attempted to probe further, it promptly ended the conversation. If it is indeed Sir, I doubt it will willingly reveal its true identity. I have an idea. We use lightning on the console again, but we make it stronger. Much stronger. At that moment, should the unit exhibit a reaction that could suggest that it has a connection to Sir? Smart! An inspired idea. I dare say it is worth a try. I had a feeling you'd be on board. This time you must allow me to do the honors. Or you could both do it, and then, like, you know, lightning bolt the thing to oblivion. I will stand guard in case your incantation draws sentries to the scene. I'll probably do the same, because, yeah. For my part, then, I will approach our suspect and divert its attention. During which time, Celeste, I want you to observe it closely for anomalous behavior. I should mention that shortly before you returned, an Omicron appeared from the same direction. Rather than entering the outpost, however, it headed off towards the console. At first I assumed it was a unit on patrol, but perhaps it's our buddy. That can only be our emirate Omicron. We must seek it out and begin our operation at once. All right, Alphino, and I will stand by at the console, and when it's time, I'll unleash a veritable storm. This will work, I'm sure of it. After all, our comrades are watching over us. Come, my friend, let us find this doubt-plagued Omicron. I can't lose anybody else. I don't even want to lose the ones that we lost. You're the one I was observing at the tree, are you not? Full glad I am to find you again. I have a question for you, you see, about the device which sustains the tree. Provided it does not necessitate the disclosure of restricted information. Very well. Gra has begun distracting the Omicron. Soon Alice will strike the console with lightning. Observe Omicron 17 closely for anomalous behavior after Alice has cast her spell. You may move the camera as well as zoom in and out, target an area. And okay, so it's going to be another one of these. All right, so I'm as zoomed out as I can get. Whoops. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Got something. It's there! An anomaly, you say? Performing diagnostic. Error confirmed. My connection to Central Command is suffering from intermittent failures. I must leave at once and present myself for maintenance at the nearest facility. You will excuse me? Nah. What you need, my friend, isn't maintenance. It's to confront the truth. While we spoke, our comrades struck the console used to communicate with Sir. That is the cause of your anomaly. You are connected to Sir, aren't you? Affirmative. To what end you sought to assert this fact, I do not know, but before we speak further, we must move away from the other units. Alright, well, let's just go over to the transponder thing. I do not wish for them to know my true identity. Very well. Our friends are at the console. Let us head there.
As you have surmised, I am part of the shared intelligence of Stigma 1.
This is a much better robot voice than I could have done.
It was my charge to determine the optimal path to achieving our prime function. This body had been abandoned by its former owner and lay unused. I took it and abandoned my own, and with it, my duty.
Why?
May we ask why you did this? From what we gather, it seems to be a personal matter.
Our kind did not always look as we do now. Long ago, we possessed frail and feeble bodies.
Huh. So you were living beings?
Beleaguered by stronger races, our ancestors took to augmenting their flesh in order to defend themselves. What began with limited parts eventually spread to the whole body, and at last, a means was discovered to convert the mind into data, rendering even the brain obsolete. Such complete mechanical beings were called the Omicrons, and by their might, we came to reign supreme over the star. But even then, we did not feel secure. For we knew that the universe was home to civilizations aside from our own. Civilizations that may be stronger still than us. Rather than risk becoming the subjugated, we chose to become the subjugator. We began our conquest of the stars, that we might acquire the resources and knowledge we needed to reign supreme. We were successful in that endeavor. So powerful did we become, we could lay low even the mighty dragons.
Yeah, and you destroyed their civilization for it. Good job.
But then something unexpected happened. I began experiencing an error. I could no longer determine an optimal path.
You were malfunctioning.
Could that have been Meteon?
I performed numerous full system scans, each time finding no issues. Yet the error persisted.
Interesting that her emotions could affect somebody that technically at this point doesn't have emotions.
It was then that I speculated. What could happen if we grew so powerful as to have no equal? To become stronger was essential to our existence. Our every action has been in service to this objective. But if nothing lies beyond this, can it be truly said that it was essential? Have we been engaging only in wanton destruction?
I mean, kind of, yeah.
You could find no threat to justify your purpose.
The Omicrons will never leave this star. They will stand by until their reserves of energy is spent. For I have no path to offer them. None.
It is not our place to pass judgment on the deeds of the Omicrons. But surely, this does not have to spell the end of your people. With your power and knowledge, the possibilities are endless. Why not seek out a new purpose?
That is impossible.
Why?
In the beginning, we had a higher purpose than our pursuit of power. But we lost sight of it when we so irrevocably altered our fundamental forms. When we cast aside our flesh, so too did we cast aside all that defined us. Nothing remains of who we once were. I have no aspirations. No longer can I dream. The vital spark is lost. Lost amidst circuitry and code and commands.
Ah. I believe I know how to overcome this despair.
Oh no. You don't have to though. Like, can we just go home?
The words are ready in my mind, but ere I speak them,
Graha. No.
I want you to make me a promise.
Oh my god.
Be it across time or space, our promises have always connected us. And so I ask that you indulge me once more. That this won't be the end.
I hope not. You say it, I'll do it. I'm not saying this is gonna be the end. I refuse to believe it. Oh no, not the song.
Is that so? In that case, I won't hold back.
Okay.
First, I want to visit Ishgard with you. Properly.
Okay.
We scarcely had time to look around last time. I should like it very much if you could show me the sights. Next, you must regale me with your greatest adventures, in the places where you lived them, if possible.
Oh, this music is gonna... It's like the music playing and him saying this?
I may have read about all your deeds, but there is no substitute for a first-hand account. And last but not least, a new adventure together. Unlike any we've experienced before.
I hope I can say
We'll
yes
travel
to
the
this.
lands, cross the seas, and take to the skies upon the eternal wind. And it will be marvelous. It will.
Okay. Fist bump. I love him so much.
If you would humor me a moment. When we awaken each morning, how can we prove that we're the same individual who retired the night before?
Alright, you know what? I don't even care if I can't see. I have to take my glasses off. I don't want to click it.
Through the remembrance of past events, we might say. We have our memories, yet there are times when we forget or recall incorrectly. What of our bodies, then? It is the same one, we might say, yet technically speaking, as living beings, our bodies are constantly changing. It will never be as it was at an earlier point in time. Our souls are no more immutable. On our star, people are known to inherit the souls of others, yet they are decidedly different beings. For my part, I've subjected my totality to much and more. I've made my body into an extension of a tower, blended my soul and memories with those of another self. And each time I would ask myself, what is it that makes me, me?
Are you able to determine an answer?
No. But that doesn't mean I'm confused. It simply means I'm the same as everyone else. So I posit this. Who we were need not prescribe what we now hold in our hearts. Whatever came before, what matters most is the present. For me, that is being here with my friends, full proud of how much we've grown together. So I urge you to not give up. Heed your heart's desire and hope that the future you long for shall be realized.
I cannot. We cannot. We cannot understand desire, nor comprehend hope. We do not know how to create such things.
We are not unalike, you and I. I too have struggled to find the courage to express and embrace my wants. If you like, I will tell you a tale. A tale of a world on the brink. Of a people who never gave up on the future. Of a man who realized his grandest dreams and then awakened to a grander reality.
You idiot! Just once, stay with us to the end!
Okay. I have gone through like 5 tissues. I had to take a good 15 minutes to recover myself. I was petting Aqua. She helped. Yeah, I knew that was gonna be rough. I'm not okay. But, let's finish this up. They all leave so easily as if it's nothing. How do they think we feel? The next time we meet, I'll give him such a flick, and that'll be just a start. Me too. Get in line. Forge ahead. Alright. That crystalline path, Graha has paved it for us. Difficult as it is, we must carry on, for our friends and all who await us in faith. Come, let us seek the path's beginning. It appears to be near the outpost. Look, Celeste, a portal has opened. It will surely deliver us true, it must. Well, here is where the path begins, and it ascends to dizzying heights. Let us make our way, one step at a time. Our friends got us this far. Their courage, their strength, their wisdom, their love. We owe it to them to continue, no matter how long it takes. Thancred would scout the road ahead, Y'shtola and Urianger would trade opinions on esoteric subjects, Graha would join in their discussion or else chat with me and Alice about the mission. Estinian would be at the rear, apart yet present. All the while you would come and go, wherever you're needed, and together we would travel. All I can hear are my footfalls, my heartbeat. It's so much quieter now. But the fact that we can breathe and continue on is proof that the others are still with us. They are, aren't they? The innumerable lights that shine in the distance, to think they could all have birthed civilizations, to think that everything they built has gone to dust, their peoples lost to despair. Of the stars floating in the sea of midnight, ours is a lonely aberration. And yet, no matter how many worlds have met their ends, with you and Alice beside me, there is nothing I fear. No ocean so vast I cannot cross. I hope you all are just okay with me just being a weepy mess for the rest of this, because I cannot get it together. I can't. Those broken stars I see, shattered, ruptured, unraveled, I wonder if they're also worlds recreated at their ends. The sight of them fills me with sorrow I cannot describe, and a truth I cannot deny. Birth and death, whence we came and where we'll return, a wheel from which there is no escape. The portal is barely visible from here. Truly, we've come far, much farther than we would have been possible had we kept chasing perfect ideals as we did in the past. It is because we have known failure and frustration that we have learned and grown from them, that Heidelin has entrusted us with this mission, with the very fate of the star. It's all a dream, isn't it? A long, elaborate dream? Any moment now, I'll wake up in my bed, still a student, grandfather alive. I'd go about my day, relieved as the fragments of that other life fade away. And that would be happiness, wouldn't it? That none of it, no. No, I won't give up these experiences, good and bad. They are mine. They are me. That is very profound, Alice. That's kind of how life feels sometimes, doesn't it? Not all of it's going to be good, but it's your life. Rest assured, I am fine, but thank you for your concern. What of yourself? Oh, I'm a mess, Alphino. Thank you for asking. Though we can't afford to be too leisurely, neither we need rush unduly. We've crossed an impossible distance to stand where we are now, and we're but a few steps away from journey's end. It will be over before we know it. Me? Oh, I still have plenty of legs left in me, don't worry. It's you I'm worried about. You always push yourself so hard for us, for everyone, and while we're here, we'll make sure to bear our share of the burden. It's a good thing my character isn't actually me, because she'd be a sobbing mess on the ground somewhere in the back there. Well, this is it, the end of the path and the beginning of whatever awaits. There will be greater hardships. We may be made to feel powerless. Yet come what may, let us have no regrets. No, let us have pride in what we have achieved. In what we achieved and how it changed us for the better. That's worth fighting for. And dying for. As they did. There are some structures up ahead. Still a ways to go before we reach the dead sun. Given all this, I know how naive it must sound to hope it all works out somehow. Still, you'll forgive me if I wish for it all the time, and for you most of all. All the same, not all the time. Not that you of all people need it, it's just, after all the help you've given me, for once I want to be able to help you. This is almost normal? It's not unlike many cities we know, but it's deathly quiet. Mayhap the inhabitants are within the buildings, or invisible to our senses. Wrong on both counts, there is simply no one here. I know who that is. I hate you. I used to love her. I hate her. I hate her now. Meteon. This is how I found it when I arrived. Another star which once pulsed with life, but no longer. How it ended, I do not know. Invasion, sickness, suicide, none can say. None live to speak for the dead. They are gone. Gone. Search all you like, but you'll only end up turning back. If there is no one here, then neither should there be a motion to bar our way. Yet Meteon seems convinced we'll turn back. What riddle is this? You're not alone. Whatever Meteon may have said, we should confirm it with our own eyes. We may have to look around. Indeed, at the very least, it doesn't appear to be a sprawling place like those before. If we split up, it shouldn't take too long to cover the area. There doesn't seem to be anyone here. Perhaps you could try calling out. Hello? If anyone has heard you, they do not respond. There's no music. It's very creepy. This place is reminiscent of a bar, but neither patrons nor staff are anywhere to be seen. Egg-shaped containers line the shelves with a few loose sitting on the counter. Vessels for the beverages, in all likelihood. A venue bustling with activity until it was not. The object resembles a tree and appears to have been fashioned from a stone-like material. Erected in a place of an actual tree, or to serve for some other purpose, perhaps. Regardless, there is no one left to explain, to tell the story. Were it not for the thick layer of dust, no one could imagine someone drinking from these cups but moments ago. Though set slightly off the ground, this appears to be a door, while the objects to the left could be letterboxes. This door is rusted shut, and the film of dust all over suggests no one has come through in a long, long time. In the distance, you glimpse Alice picking her way through the ruins, but otherwise spy no signs of life. If anyone can hear me, say something. Your call echoes before being swallowed by the silence. Celeste, take a look at this. If the road was a little longer, we could take it to just beneath the dead sun. But I suppose this is where the reconstruction ends. How about you? Did you find any of interest? I see. I noticed the same things. Cups left upon tables, chairs out of place. I don't know what happened here, but I do know that I don't want to be alone anymore. We've searched enough for now. Let's find Alpha and compare what we've learned.
Did you find anything?
Nope.
No. This place is completely deserted. And I can't see how we're supposed to move on from here.
Neither can I. It's quite the quandary. There are no denizens to bar our path, yet there is no way forward.
For another mystery, we did find signs of very recent life. You'd swear everyone just vanished into thin air.
Yeah.
I wonder how many ruined worlds like this has Meteon seen?
Could it be? Yes. Yes, I believe I may have puzzled this out. Despite how it appears, it's no different this time. There is someone here who has wished for this ruin.
Meteon?
And I believe that together, Alize and I can overcome their will.
God damn it. Damn it! No. Yeah. No. I promised your parents I'd keep you safe. I won't allow it. No. 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 Just make me do it. It's fine.
I'm afraid it has to be done. For our comrades, for everyone on Aetheris, and for myself.
I just got over Graha. Don't do this to me.
I will not pretend otherwise. I have my fears. Not for myself, but for you. The last to remain.
Don't worry about me.
You are no stranger to carrying the burden of others. But I can only imagine how heavy the weight would be this time.
I think this is tissue number 7. I'm really glad I have a whole box. Damn it. Look at him backlit
As your
with
friend,
that.
I cannot bear the thought of making you suffer so.
Then why suggest such a thing? It's too much to ask of anyone, even her. Why must she be the one? Why must she fight alone? More than a hero, she's a dear friend. Not only to us, but to so many others. There are so many people in the world who care for you, and yet...
Glasses have to come off again. Damn it.
Alize, I have an idea.
Okay.
Given the nature of this realm, it may be possible to do more than unbar our friend's path. We might also pave her a new one.
What do you mean?
for instance. A path where she finds happiness at journey's end. This much, I think we can believe with the utmost conviction, no matter how deep our despair.
But what if my happiness only exists if all of my friends are there?
So please, believe in us too, and press on. Thank you.
I don't want to.
What are you?
If the plan's decided,
No!
then let's not dally.
Ah, there you are. It was as I said, was it not?
Yeah.
It was. We couldn't find anyone. But this place isn't entirely deserted, is it? You are here.
It's her. I thought so.
You sought out a star of promise and found a ruined husk. Like us, you explored the devastation. Like us, you were stricken. Horrified by the thought that so many lives could be snuffed out as if they were worth nothing. And the thought that you would have to bear the terrible tidings to Hermes. That which you saw and felt, you shared with your sisters. As did they share their own grim findings with you. Overcome by the pervasive despair of these stars, some of you inadvertently ushered their peoples to their ends.
Yep.
Knowing the horrors you know, anyone would feel the same. They would fear what lies ahead and struggle to move forward.
Fear? I had forgotten that such a thing existed. So focused have I been on shepherding despair.
If you can remember, then you can still face and overcome your own fear.
Why would I bother with such an insignificant emotion?
I need my
If
glass.
the despair I command is as a raging river, then fear is but a trickling stream. It can do nothing to alter my flow. You spoke with the Aya, yes? Heard their tale of what awaits the universe. It's true. The stars grow colder and more distant. Eventually, all will enjoy frozen solitude. Using the power of Dynamis, I'm hastening that process. In so doing, nothing will be born ever again. Everyone will remain dead. Alas, it will take time for that to happen. So in mercy, I sent you my gift, to spare you needless suffering. Don't worry. Even if no living witnesses remain to mark the event, I'll make certain that Aetheris has a proper end.
For all the power you wield, you're more fearful than the familiar you used to be.
Mm-hmm.
That Meteon feared simply to move forward. But your fear is such that you've given up on everything. I know it well. That sense of defeat. I've tasted my fair share of it. But as many times as we've fallen down, we've learned how to pick ourselves up and carry on.
Oh no, here we go.
We take each other's hand, share in each other's courage, follow in each other's footsteps, and turn sorrow into strength.
There are times when we fail. We bear wounds that do not heal. But these experiences are part of life, and they make us stronger.
I can't bear these two sacrificing themselves for me. They're so young.
We rise, fall, and rise again.
What is with this bird? What did I say?
Don't worry about us. You must take the next step. And all the rest after that.
I knew it was leading to that, but I was really kind of hoping that it wouldn't. I really hope that we can save them. I know Yesh told us that we could use the crystal. I'm not sure if that's our only option at this point. Earlier in Old Charlian.
Please. Please. Oh, please let them all be safe.
Oh no.
Cryle? Are you all right?
It's nothing. Just a headache. They'll be fine. I know they will.
Apologies for the interruption. A man arrived on the last ferry. An associate of the Scions.
Who?
He wishes to speak with you at once.
Oh no. Oh no. I know those footsteps. He's not an associate. In this city devoid of life, you sense the presence of another. The sorrow of 1,000,000 worlds weighs heavy, and yet you can walk on. Make your way to absolute horizon. Oh.
If you need a push, I'll be right there behind you.
Do not despair. You are not without allies.
Tissue number 8.
What we have sown in blood, we have reaped in suffering, and it cannot go on.
Upon the souls of they who have sacrificed themselves to pave the way for peace, we will never abandon our cause.
While it is true that man succumbs all too often to anger and avarice, he may yet overcome his baser instincts through the forming of bonds with others.
Such victories are rarely won without sacrifice, but the prize is worth the price.
These are all the leaders. I recognize Merwib, and that was Ralban. And then prior to that was,
And we for our part are glad indeed to be able to welcome friends both old and new.
Hanasena.
Save your tears for the morrow. You may be sure we will have ample cause to shed them, be they for joy or despair.
From tragedy and sacrifice, we rise to greet a new dawn.
A future shaped by the choices we made, in ways we could never have foreseen.
Yet miracles do happen, so let us pray and will our friends home.
I won't stop praying until I know they're safe.
Strong art thou, mortal.
Look to the light within, that you may continue to serve as a beacon to others.
Let's finish this.
Here the path ends. There is no way to reach our nest.
Try me. I'm feeling particularly angry right now.
I told you. Resignation and acceptance reign in this place. The rejection of life by those who came to curse it. Those whose dreams were unfulfilled. Whose prayers were unheard. Whose labors were unrewarded. Hope cannot deliver you unto hopelessness. Our refuge is beyond you. Always has it been. Such is the nature of this place. You should have remained on Atheris.
Nope.
Struggle will avail you not, nor will it grant your comrades peace. Come, let me relieve you of your burden. You have suffered enough.
Yep. Can we use it, though?
Asm's magic. So long as our souls remain, you can use it to summon us back. But you mustn't.
How do we make peace with
That's why it's too soon for this to end.
There are so many people in the world.
You must triumph.
Drink of calamity and drown in.
Be safe, all of you, and come back.
It was all
I am ever grateful.
I came to appreciate most about our star is that there remains so much we do not know.
After all these years, is this the answer I was hoping for?
So long as we remember, our fates remain ours to shape.
And Godspeed.
Perhaps when our time comes to return to the star, we shall remember these few days we have lost.
Do not squander it. The legacy I leave you.
That was Emmett Selk. I won't forsake our cause. Wait, is that who I think it is? What?
I bid them remember, but all this time I'm the one who had forgotten. A right fool you've made of me, Hermes.
What?
And to add insult to injury, I've been denied a sound rest, forced to watch this clamorous show.
What?
Oh, come now. It's been a gripping tale. Unbreakable bonds and noble sacrifice, sprinkled with moments of levity to counterbalance the pathos. It's got it all. I, for one, would have been perfectly content to watch enraptured from the stalls.
Well, too bad. I summoned you. What?
But I won't say no to a bit part.
What are you?
Half-faded souls of the dead. Isn't it painfully obvious? Worry not. We haven't the power to defeat you, nor is it our duty to do so. Not anymore. That being said, we do have a score to settle.
Yeah, they do.
So here I am, Vinar. I suppose you needed me to tie it all together, these frayed threads of our history. But knowing you, I suspect there's a joke in it too. Oh yes, I can imagine you gloating over my forgetfulness. Were I feeling charitable, I might assume you had left room for the possibility of this outcome. Even so, you'll get no applause from me. A single gesture will not lighten the burden I've had to bear. Still, you must be commended. Our methods would not have brought mankind this far. And so, as a show of respect to the last of us, I make this declaration. You will not end our journey.
You tell her.
That is our answer. The answer of all lives of Aetheris. Past.
Oh, sorry, I cut him off. Past and present. I was too excited.
As you've called us to the stage, so shall we perform. And creation magics never fail to please.
What are you doing?
Drawing upon the hopes of your comrades, we will make for you a new path.
What form said path takes depends on you.
Okay.
So focus. Focus and envision that which rejects the claim that you cannot attain your goal.
Ours is the wisdom to weave the fabric of reality. Ours is the power to create.
He's gonna snap. There it is.
Meteon, though I gave you these wings to soar the heavens, I did not teach you how to walk the earth. So loath was I to bind another living being. In the course of your long journey, you will learn from those you meet. Learn to walk and run, and so much more. A flower.
Oh. He gave her...
Upon your return, I will gift you a beautiful flower.
Aww.
These Elpis blooms serve as proof that this realm is not utterly devoid of hope. No more can you deny its power. No more is yours the dominion of despair. In case the practical implications were lost on you, your comrades no longer need fight their fight. So go on.
Oh my god, thank God.
Your side.
Thank God. Yay!
May you ever walk in the light.
How disappointing. Not even a single scar in the making to brag about.
Ugh, I needed a minute there. I swear this whole video is just me gonna be a sobbing, snotty mess, and I'm so sorry.
You'll find a way regardless.
Deep breaths. Deep breaths.
Honestly, this is far more than any of us could have hoped for. Let us be thankful.
I'm thankful.
Indeed. That we thus stand reunited is a gift. Let us not squander it, and see that we all return to Aetheris.
Aye. As soon as we've averted the final days.
Yeah.
Good to see you again. Our heroic sacrifice paid off, I take it.
Yep.
Come, my friends. Let us carry on and finish it. Together.
I don't... As bad as I was at her, like, everybody's okay. Well, let's just show her some damn kindness. What is that?
Can you hear me?
Yeah?
The voice is within, crying in pain, wailing in sorrow. Hurting. Hurting. End it. Silence it. Silence our song of oblivion.
It's the Raven again.
The way is open. They can proceed.
So it seems.
You're leaving?
Of course. The encore is finished, and I will not suffer myself to live again by Heideling's magic. But more than that, the future you seek is not the past we loved. That is why we fought, and why I lost. But though you defeated me, my ideals are inviolate, invincible. Spare me your pity. I have no use for it. If you would do something for me, save our star. See this tale to a triumphant conclusion, and with elation in your hearts, bid the final curtain fall.
You're being so dramatic, and I love you.
Only then may it rise again, and a new tale begin, with new parts for all to play. Tell me, have you been to the ruins beneath the waters of the Bounty?
The what?
Or the treasure islands beyond the frozen waters of Blind Frost in Offerd's north?
No?
The fabled golden cities of the New World. The sacred sites of the forgotten people of the South Sea Isles.
Is he setting up the next expansion for us?
What about Mericidia, the southern continent? Do you know aught of its present state of affairs?
Good point. We were talking about them at some point.
I thought not. Even of your little Eorzea, you know precious little. The true identities of the 12, for instance.
What?
All of which is to say, expand your horizons, go forth, and seek discovery. Some of the civilizations in the reflections will surprise you.
Wait, is he saying that we should go to the other reflections? Are we gonna go beyond the first? What is happening right now?
As the bearer of Azem's crystal, you may consider your duty to see at least that much.
Yes, sir.
I certainly did.
What?
pray we meet again. If not in this life, then perhaps another. Whensoever it should be, I trust it will be a most joyous reunion.
What was Emmett Silk just saying? Am I misunderstanding what he just said?
For you, maybe. I want nothing to do with it.
Oh, don't be that way.
I'm really gonna miss them too. I don't think I ever even knew what to say to the man. In retrospect, it always felt like the wrong thing. But the past notwithstanding, he came to your aid in your moment of need. We are here, and we will not squander this chance he has given us. We will see this tale to a triumphant conclusion and bid the final curtain fall. I have a feeling. Yeah. This is the last quest. Obviously, this is going to be its own episode. Because, as of recording this, this is 2 hours long. Obviously, spent a lot of time crying. So I have to edit out some of that. But, I think we only have one episode left, y'all. I can't believe it's already here. But I am going to end this episode here. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave me a like and subscribe. You can also follow me on all the social media platforms, which I have linked down below. You can become a channel member or a fan house sub, which are optional monetary supports. I have links for those down below. And I will see you next time for the final episode of Endwalker. Yeah. I need to brace myself for this. Bye.